Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron for the New World of Germany. Let's continue on for last left off. So, look at that! We get even more trains! Let's go! I mean, the railways are going up quite nice. 60% done here, 49.8% done here. Overall, I mean, it's looking great. We're halfway done linking up all of Europe together. Now, I don't know what the difference between these two are. I think you're getting rid of slavery. Okay, so this is the anti-slavery, and then you're the railroads here. So you're all finished. Slave population 12.4 or 12.9 million. What about Poland? I mean, Poland isn't really a German. 4.5 million, huh? Integration status minor, not started, not started, not started, not started. So we haven't begun to integrate any of these territories yet. But I think that's really what all of these are about. We could spend more money to integrate more stuff. But I mean, GDP is increasing. Or not GDP, our debt is increasing. 0.9% inflation. Yeah, let's boost up this a little bit. There we go. 15%. Inflation 1.8%. Honestly, it's not bad. Our deficit is still going up. But that's fine. That's more than okay. We could also cut some expenditures here. What do you actually what do you do actually for us? Unit upkeep, organization. Well, actually, you're actually at minimum spending right now. We could cut naval spending down a little bit, but it'll save us like $1 billion. It's not really that bad. I mean, everything's basically on the minimum. We haven't really been doing too much. But hey, guess what? Our deficit rate is now manageable. Probably because we're actually making some money now, which is good. Okay, so we're still waiting on you to be finished. Let's consolidate our grip for 100 political power. Well, we get 100 political power and we get to consolidate our grip. Really, we're killing 14 birds with one stone here. So if our debt is manageable, right? If this is considered a manageable amount of debts, then let's just go boom. Okay, well, I was going to click all of them, but I don't think we have enough civilian factories for this. Which is okay. Now, do I want even more money? 2.7? 25% money creation? I mean, 2.7 is still, like, not bad, right? We could do military austerity. Political power goes down. Yeah, it's just a military austerity for the time being. Because again, like, are we going to be going to war with anybody? Not really. I don't see an instance where we're going to be at war with any... I mean, even if we were at war, who would we be going to war with? The West Russian Revolutionary Front? Kazakhstan? Bulgaria? Like no matter who we'd be going to war with, they don't matter. And like, how many units do we have in storage? In storage. How many units do we have training? Like, a fucking trillion? Like, we're more than golden. Okay, we have, this is against the West Siberian Republic. Hell yeah. Let's just keep going. Actually, say that. Can I do anything here? No, because you only have 55%. And then you require us to have non-conf training, which is going to take a little bit longer, but that's okay. So I guess we're just going to keep on moving our way eastwards. Now, the Far East, they are aligning themselves to Japanese, so of course we are still hostile towards their government as well. There's nobody in Russia who we're actually fans of. We hate everybody in Russia. Losing production units, not a big deal. Intelligent, okay, we do have some people that are opposed to us, but hey, guess what? I have 70 interactions I can use. Like, why even attempt to fight it? Like, we're very, very loyal. We're very, very unified. It's all looking pretty goddamn good. Now, Burgundy, I would like to go to war with Burgundy at some point. I don't know how exactly we can get that done, but it would be nice. I wonder if I actually want to send one of these armies over to... You know what? This 5-stack... We're not going to have you on the border with Sweden. We're going to send you over to Reunion or Mauritanius. One of the two. They're basically the same thing, I'm sure. And if you're watching this video and you're from one of those two islands, I apologize. We could spend more money. Again, this is going to integrate more and more people with our GDP will increase. I mean, that sounds good. And again, we have the deficit's completely fine. 101%. I mean, it looks bad, but it's not actually that bad. National debt, $300 billion. Debt interest, 0.7% interest. That's basically free. Yeah, don't deploy units, though. We don't need to worry about that. How many planes do we have now in storage? It's like 10,000? Cool. We have ciphers against you. I would really, really like to kill Burgundy. Like, I think that would be quite nice for us. Because can you trust the Burgundians right now? I don't think I could. Now, we don't really know what they're doing. What I hope that they're not doing is preparing a war against us. But I don't know if they can actually invade or not. Ooh, a war's broken out. Okay. So West Russia and Siberia and the West Siberian Republic are now at war. That is completely okay. Increaser, yeah, okay. Let's get you next. Old blood. Anton Grachwix was not fit for this kind of work. Forced to stay on his feet for hours on end, constantly on the move, and even sometimes hearing the crack of a whip followed by a pained yell always accompanied it. Life's not easy in Lodz. At least that's what it used to be called. Now it's called Lichmachen, which was a 47-year-old man found to be a horrific butchering of Poland's cities. Yet, he could do nothing about it, only toil and toil, until his body gave out. He had worked in a car plant before, for some company he never got the name of, but apparently the higher up decided that he was worthy. Worthy of what? Dying over 50 from overworking himself to death? The other men around him were much younger than he was, and the slight suspicion came to him that he was merely an administrative error. No matter. He had railway tracks to lay, work to do, a life to keep, even if it was hollow and a meaningless one. One day Antonin came to work and saw a young man that came up to him. Alexei, he was called. A bright man he was. A shame the Germans didn't look at him that way. Mr. Antonin, he shouted, calling the man to attention. Mr. Antonin, have you heard the news? He sighed, tempted to give actually a taste of black humor, but relented. He didn't have to be a depressive man to be around. What is it, Mr. Alexei? He asked, half curious and half not, but the young man seemed excited. They're telling us... He rubbed the back of his neck. Well, I've heard, I guess that some of us might be going back to Poland. Live with our own. A heavy steel that cracked Antoine's back was sat down on the floor, as Antoine gave him a glare shot with both concern and copious amount of distrust. Alexei could immediately feel some of his happiness began dispersing. Boy, you think it'll be any better there. 25,000 slaves will be removed and put to work. Okay, we got promises leads. Excellent, excellent. Thing is, isn't Poland... They agreed to be in the, I thought we agreed to not have any Polish slaves. Wasn't that like part of our agreements with Poland we had many, many years ago? When we allowed Poland to rejoin in, the Einpacht? I thought so, but maybe not. Maybe we've completely neglected our promises to Poland. Which wouldn't be surprising. Okay, let's keep on expanding. You are not... You just give me 3 infrastructure. I mean, maybe that makes this go a little bit faster. I don't know. So it looks like every... Currently there are 40.1 million slaves in all of the Reich. It's quite a bit. Yeah, that's a lot. We currently have 12.5 million in Germany. Okay. We'll slowly purge the leeches, reaping a reward. You are not finished. Again, you'll probably be done with, where is it here? Probably when you're finished 146 days. That's when this will become available to us. So you have 6 days on you. Our decision to tie the economies of the grocery members to our own, ensuring they never escape our grip. Reforged Reich, the German Golden Age. I mean, that sounds good for us. We begin the start of the Golden German Century, 10% stability. A lot of companies will do some power. Interest rates will increase by 1%. Which I think is basically fine. Policy efficiency at 95.5%. Now, it looks like we're not really very good at suppressing the church. That's okay. So who do we want to win this war? I guess I kind of want West Siberia to win. Boris Yeltsin, I feel, is a little bit less likely to invade us than Zhukov. Not that we can really do anything about this. Like, I can't send him supplies. I can't send him volunteers. Not that we would really want to, of course. Discoveries in the North Sea. After years of exploration and prospecting, a vast oil reserve had been discovered in the North Sea. At first thought to be a fool's errand, exploration increased after finding natural gas in Germany's westernmost of Reichskammerschmidt in the early 1960s. Since then, private investors on board Norway and Germany have been looking for precious black gold offshore, following prospecting the Norwegian continental shelf. After nearly a decade of costly drilling, they finally did it. Located on the southern tip of the shelf, the wealth had been found under the sea was seemingly boundless. Geologists now believe that there was more oil, much more lining huge swaths of the Norwegian coast, waiting to be discovered. As of now, just the reserves have been discovered with the largest offshore deposits in the world, to elation of both the Germans and Norwegians. It is yet to see how the two will proceed from here on out, but oil reserves could give both economies a huge boost. Norway in particular could see a huge economic benefit, and some much-needed industry and diversification. But much also consider Germany's interest. Nonetheless, this proves much-needed resources for both nations. Let's go! I am a big fan of getting a lot of oil. A lot of delicious, delicious black gold in my mouth. Just slurping it all up. Okay. We are now, we've now disrupted West Siberia. Let's get you next as well. We're spending money left, right, and center, but I think that's okay. And the oil report. Despite himself, Martin Bormann rubbed his hand together in anticipation to open the sealed document. The final report from the North Sea investigations had finally arrived. He knew it was foolish to be excited after all. The report's likely to be found no trace of oil, rendering yet an entire investigation a waste of time and resources, and yet he couldn't believe the words he was reading. His eyes raced across the pages with increasing speed as he slammed his fist into the desk and laughed out loud. Oil had been found on the North Shelf. Untapped oil. Precious. Not yet claimed by any nation. Born a smile in his own genius. The Reich will declare the North Sea oil rights to be exclusively German. I'm sure the United States will have no issue with that whatsoever. I mean, Iceland, pro-United States. We got the Faroe Islands here. We got the British. The Canadians actually own this island over here as well. I'm sure... I mean, maybe the oil's like over here. I'm not too sure exactly where Norway's oil reserves actually are located. And you know what? Yeah, let's go to the Far East as well. We might as well. And you know what? Let's recruit another agent as well while we're here, right? Might as well. So you're almost finished. Once you're finished, I guess we can go for... It's non-conf training we need, right? Yes. And then we can help out Iran. I do know, or at least I've heard, that there is a potential for a civil war happening in Iran. I, of course, would prefer that to not happen. Because Iran is currently, let's say very friendly with the German government at the moment. And I would like to keep that. North Sea exploration, absolutely, is worthwhile. Send that off. We can't do you quite yet, because we need to expand, which, you know, fair enough. We can't expand it if we haven't done the first level yet, which, fair. We need excavation 4. We got more oil. And do you also need excavation 4? Yes, okay. Well then what level of excavation are we currently on? Oh, we're doing 4 right now. We're halfway done 4. Look at us go. I am so much better at this game than I anticipated. Okay, let's just go air accident chance. A hit on Schmidt. Heinrich Mueller drifted into the office silently. As always, he gently placed himself on the chair opposite Bormann and massaged his aching fingers. The Bormann had all but disappeared into a whirl of smoke and paperwork. Mueller was disturbed by how lined and shallow the man's face had become over the last few years. He felt his lip curling. Go on, Bormann finally said, his eyes fixed firmly on his documents. My man said they had tracked Helmut Schmidt to the United States. Bormann slowly lifted up. He opened a simple wooden box of cigars and fished around his desk for a lighter. I assume from your tone there's more to the story. Bormann twiddled his cigar between his stubby fingers. I'm in rather good mood today, Herr Mueller, so please inform me as to why I can't ask for his extradition or have him shot like a rabid fucking dog. Schmidt is under heavy protection from the Federal Bureau of Information. Mueller explained. For what reason, I don't know, but the U.S. government currently has clear plans for him. There is not some mere descendants skulking around in South America. Perhaps Schmidt was an American spy all along, Borman muttered, clenching his cigar hard. All this talk of reform was a backdoor for the Mongol Americans and their Jewish puppet masters to enter German society. Did I say this years ago? He finally thought, but he finally brought the lighter to the cigar. You're right here, Mueller. We cannot allow Schmidt without coming to conflict with the FBI on American soil, which would mean a certain war. I won't risk war over Speeder's puppet. We only act when the time is right. I couldn't agree more, my Führer. Goddamn Americans. Who do they think they are? God, fuck you, Philip Hart. Your name sounds familiar, but I don't quite know why. But I think with that, this would be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, remember thumbs up. If you're not enjoying, you can always thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.